Live at TFNN, The Money Masters. And now, your Money Masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you being with us. Market-wise out here, with the Dow down 215, Nasdaq's off 48, S&Ps are off 23. You got gold down 19, silver's off $1.15, platinum's down 26. You got bonds up almost 1.23 ticks. Dollar index, go long America. Dollar to the moon up 82 ticks, man. 77.42.
Yeah, big time. Didn't take too much time off from resting before I decided to go back and attack those highs that we had last week on the what was it, on the 12th?
Yeah,
on Monday.
Going
the
right
highs that made up there.
Going right after it.
Yeah.
And you know what's interesting is that I heard the last show, great show.
Thanks.
And you're talking about the volatility in the marketplace and protecting yourself.
Yes.
And it's amazing, folks. Okay, the bureaucracies all seem to run the same way. And where I'm going with this, okay, if UBS, they came out and they say, okay, we got a $2 billion loss, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Then what they floated last week, they floated after they had the $2 billion loss, they floated that this thing was going on for 3 years, right? I mean, did you see that part of it? So
no, I didn't.
So this is, folks, my point is this. So watch how this goes. This is what bureaucracies do on a continual basis. And when I say bureaucracies, I'm talking about government bureaucracies and corporate bureaucracies, okay? So what they do is this, that they always get one thing out. Then they float that, oh, this has been going on for such a long time that, hey, there's something really, really deviant in here,
Oh, really?
Okay? To smooth it out.
Yeah,
so then they floated out, okay, it's going to be it was a 3-year deal. Bottom line, folks, it was a 3-month deal, okay? It was a 90-day deal, and what
was the trade? Do you know?
That's what we're going to talk about.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Because it's an absolutely vanilla trade. It's not no big derivative trade.
Yeah.
The guy was turning. He was long the S&Ps. He was long the Dow futures. He was long the small caps, right? When they come back. That's it.
If you're long July 27th, that's when you went into it.
Bye-bye. See, you don't want to be a $2.3 billion down the tubes ASAP.
And so that's the rogue trader, huh?
That's the rogue trader.
That's crazy. That's really wild.
And let me tell you something. And flat out, what you're going to see is that there's other people that are involved in it. There's no way that a trading desk, that happens. So there was other people involved there. And now, the last point, and this is the point.
No, I know.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, go long. Go long and hold.
Yeah,
oh, really?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
No, absolutely.
It's just amazing. Those are supposedly the professionals.
Yeah. Oh, but they're not.
No,
they're the professionals at taking your money.
Yeah.
They're the professionals at absolutely delivering fear.
Right.
And making people feel like, I'm the professional and you don't know. You start asking them questions, even if you just the simplest of all questions, which is, do you use stops to protect my money? If you just simply ask that one single question, you will get so many reasons.
I'm sorry. Tell them yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I didn't see that.
Yes, confirmed. 7:30. Squawk box. Okay, so we're good. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, I just had CNBC call on the other line, and we didn't see that. And what happens? Just so you know, now this gets interesting, and this is why when you talk about staying focused.
Yes.
What you have to do, okay, and this, folks, come and to Steve and I when we're doing this thing a week from this Saturday, because a lot of making money is staying focused.
Oh, totally.
Okay? So what ends up happening, so I want to talk about this a little, because what happens is this. So picture, folks, because we're in a fast-moving industry.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I have to absolutely be, number one, on top of it.
Yes.
Meaning just the markets, we all do.
Right.
But what I have to do also is that, between, we're running the company, we're doing this, but if I want to grow this company, I have to be attuned to all these other facilities that are out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're the same way. They need that answer right now. This can't be.
Yes.
You can't be stalling. You got to be on. And it's interesting, because Steve and I know how to relax too, folks. I'm going to teach you that too, because it's absolutely important.
Well, that's what I was telling people, is that actually, that working hard, it's in the ethic that the work ethic that we have is so good. But what I've learned so much is that you do have to take care of yourself.
Right.
And when you start giving yourself that gift, the universe starts giving you even more of a gift, which is even more amazing. I've had some of the best things in my life happen at a point in time when I actually took care of myself.
Right. And there's no doubt about it. Well, a perfect one for you and I was yesterday afternoon. So picture this, folks. Yesterday afternoon, right? And this happens with Larry a lot, too, okay? So, you know, you get to understand Sundays, you know, we have a good weekend going, and Sundays we, you know, saying, okay, man, where's this going? Well, I'm in front of the computer, and I picture we're all in different cities.
Yes.
And coming across, Steve says, blah, blah, blah. And I says, oh, yeah, blah, 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 right back.
That's right.
And it was so cool because we both were relaxing, too, simultaneously.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you always come back to me, I'm really relaxing. Yeah, no, he comes back. So picture him. He comes back. He stopped working, but I'm really relaxing. I cracked up. But it's good. It's good. The key is, folks, okay, no doubt, if you love this and you have the passion for it, the work is not work. You know what I mean? It really isn't. You know, well, it's the big game.
It is. You know, I think that is, you know, one of the coolest things about, you know, if you want to take with you the lesson of what it is that we've gone through for the last couple of years, and you put that together with all the tools that are available to us.
Yes.
You know, you really have the opportunity to truly now step in and take control of your finances.
Right.
You know, of your money, and actually really make it work for you. I mean, there really has been no better time when you take a look at the fact that you've got, you know, this nest egg that you need to retire on.
Right.
And you know, earning a couple percent, or having a guy that's really not a rogue trader, he's just your normal mutual money market guy, if you will, mutual fund guy that's out there, you know, that's buying the SPYs, you know, buying the Qs, buy and hold. Folks, that strategy doesn't work. You know, what you want to do is, you know, it just doesn't work. And so there's really no better time on the planet than right now to be able to start, you know, to use the stress, to use the fact that, you know, interest rates aren't going to be going up.
Right.
Short term.
Right. That's
okay?
right. No.
You know, and the quicker you learn how to play the money game, the more that you're going to be able to amass. So it's
there's no, and what happens, it's the empowerment on a huge basis.
Yeah.
And you know, the rest of the world, folks, is just opening up for us. I mean, you know, a year from now, a year and a half from now, what you will see is that there'll be shows that are on earlier, and they'll be trading Europe, and we're going to be trading Asia.
Oh, for sure.
You know, and that's just the way it is. You know?
So, no, for sure. Hey, look, even, you know, I don't. Only sometimes is there background television noise of, you know, and I'll have on CNBC as well. You know, and I saw a segment, and because very rarely do I watch Kramer stuff, but it happened to come on, and the guy was technical charting.
Right.
You know, when did he? I don't even know when he started doing that, but that's pretty wild.
Well, what happened? This is what happens in the business. The only time that they talk technicals in the business is when the markets go down.
Yeah.
And they don't. They're flustered because what happens, of course, is that they always just say that markets are always going to go up. So they're flustered.
Yeah.
And check this out, folks. This is really, you know, intriguing to me. They always look for technical people to find bottoms for them.
Yeah.
They absolutely do.
Oh.
Then once it starts going up, then they'll say technicals, you know. It's just, but they have to do that because their game is a percentage on money coming in, and that's it. And I actually heard a money manager the other day turn around and said, hey, well, you know, listen, it was Ben Stein, which is a freaking joke. Right. You know, he says, I know that, you know, 10 years from now the market's going to be higher. And I wish I was on the other side of that, because 10 years later, folks, we're at the exact same number in the S&P.
That's right.
It's like, oh, but you know what you can do? All you tigers and tigresses out there, I haven't done it yet. But go on Google and go get quotes from Ben Stein 10 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what's so neat now about the Internet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It absolutely is.
Well, I think, look, I think that when, you know, terminology is so important, because, you know, what people are always doing is they're linking the known to the unknown. And technical, you know, we got to change that, because I think technical trading is actually the most fundamental thing out there.
It is.
Because it really fundamentally, you understand where there's supply and demand. You understand where there's support, resistance. You understand how the market is breathing. It is the most fundamental thing that exists out there. But, fundamental is a word that people can get all warm and fuzzy with, or what have you. But technical, all of a sudden sounds like, you're geeky, it's going to take a lot of education.
Right.
And that's not the case.
No. All you have to agree with on a technical basis, I'm being prejudiced here as to volume, but all you have to agree with is that if there's going to be higher price, does there have to be higher demand? And that's the fundamental theory behind it.
That's right. Yes,
now, if you don't believe that, that's okay. If you believe that you're going to take someone else to the cleaners and get out first, well, and that's what plenty of people believe. You know what I mean? They're going to lay it on someone. Well, that's fine. But, I've found through the years, that isn't how it goes.
That's right.
They never can get out on time.
Yes.
You never can get out on time. You always, the key, folks, one of the keys of making good money and big money very quickly, well, it doesn't mean it's made quickly. The trade might take a long time, is that you take the bread.
Yeah.
And get it out of harm's way.
That's right.
And then you start the deal again.
Yeah. Which is the purpose for using stops. Because the thing is, you talk about folks will say that they can get out of the way. The problem is then that's where psychology really comes into the game.
Right.
Because if you think that you can just get out of the game, wait until like today. Okay, if you didn't have stops in place,
that's right.
And the Dow's down 248, you start listening to us. Now we're taking a look at things on a quick moving basis. We're not saying to take a trade. Here's exactly where something's going to stop, whatever. But if you don't have your psychological game in place, all of a sudden you can't get out of the trade. Take a look at what happened at UBS. The guy couldn't get out of the trade.
Right.
Could have gotten out of the trade many, many times, from July 27th on the way down to August 9th.
Right.
But elected not to. That's a different fundamental issue, but that's where you really have to understand the psychology behind what goes on here.
He never heard the quote from Tudor Jones. There's a quote. Tudor Jones, folks, is one of the best traders out there, and I read this quote from him. It was just a great quote. And particularly, this is a great quote, folks, if you've really been... It's always a great quote, but I think after trading for a while, it's a better quote. And what it was is this, so the first couple funds he had, he blew up, okay?
Yeah.
And then what ended up happening is that all of a sudden he says, you know what? I just want to feel good. Right? So listen to this. This is amazing.
Yeah.
That if he gets on the side of the trade and he's not feeling good, man, he said, that's it, I want to feel good.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, folks, that works. Cool. Because what ends up happening is that you can sit there if you have put a trade on and it's going against you, well, that's the business. But the psychological part of that is that why sit there and get beat up?
Absolutely.
It's like, no, hold it, man. I want to feel good.
No, for sure.
Is it wild, though? I mean, think about it. That's simple. Some of those concepts are so simple.
They are, and that really is also that power of, none of us know exactly what's going to happen to the market from the next minute to the next.
Right.
And if anybody, we use technical tools that give us a guideline as to where the markets ought to, hold, move up, move down from, or what have you.
Yes.
And then we can also use the astro aspects, and we can put those things in there, but we still never know where the markets are going to go. But if you do use stops, you let the market take you out.
That's right.
And which is really beautiful. I mean, today, I've gotten stopped out of a number of trades today. All of them made nice money.
It's a beautiful thing.
Beautiful. All of them made nice money.
You stay right there, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien will be coming up next. We get the Dow off 242, Nasdaq's off 53, S&Ps are off 28, and folks, I will be on the Squawk Box tomorrow morning at 7:30.
Beautiful. I love it.
We'll be right back, folks.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Is the fast-moving investment world challenging the way you think about managing risk and return? You don't have to go it alone. Directions Alternative Strategy Funds feature built-in tactical management to help you find clarity for the path ahead. Direction Funds. I'm with X. To learn more about Directions Alternative Strategy Funds, please visit TFNN.com and click on the Direction Funds banner or call 877-434-9363. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other information about Direction Funds. The prospectus should be read carefully before investing. To obtain a prospectus, go to directionfunds.com. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. The use of leverage by a mutual fund increases the risk to the fund. The more a fund invests in leverage instruments, the more leverage will magnify gains or losses on those investments. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC.
Looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Around the world, folks, what we have happening right now, you got, let's see. Let's go to Asia first. Last night in Asia, you had Shanghai was off 1 7/10. Hang Seng was off 2 7/10. Yeah, and of course over in Europe right now, you're off about 3%. The DAX is off 3, the FTSE's off 2. And if we do take a look at that DAX, the DAX is going to be the one. The DAX is going to be the one that, tells us in the next few days what we have going here.
Absolutely, yes.
The key, which is really cool, actually, is that, and I heard you talking about this with the Qs. On Friday, folks, and this is where traders, okay, are going to overwhelm, and they are overwhelming, period, whether it's a buy or hold. Because the way that we did go into those swing points on Friday, we're going to be right back up there.
I know.
Which is just amazing. I know.
Well,
isn't it amazing?
But the thing is that, what is actually so cool about it, as I was relaxing and doing some work and putting together the newsletter for the weekend and then taking a look at all the Astro events that we have going on.
Next Tuesday, right?
Yeah. It all was making sense. Now, I knew, that we had this, this 618 planetary aspect that took place on Saturday, but you still never know exactly. And it usually has a negative, when you've got the Venus. Yeah, Venus opposite Uranus is the opposition is a negative.
Okay.
Typically negative connotation.
Okay.
And so, you could somewhat expect it, but because we can't control the markets, that's why we go ahead and, use stops in place. When you've got winners, you let them run.
Sure, right.
You just absolutely let it run. And especially because when you were taking a look at, as you're saying, the volume coming into the swing points here,
right.
and how we were getting up over, it's just saying, you know, at least on even on the small caps, you still came in.
There.
You rejected it, but you still came in and said, hey, I want to at least go test the top of this thing,
and
let's just see if the rest of the markets pull us up.
Yeah.
You know, and then when you just tie it then back into, you know, what else is going on around the world, you take a look at the DAX, and actually what's kind of cool is that because I know people are so visual, and also words are so, you know, they're important. Not as important, you know, as our gestures or what have you, okay? The body language, but certainly words then are like the second most important thing. And that's where it's so important to use words. Like here, I was just trying to teach people about gaps, right? Now, we always talk about, you know, gaps get filled.
Yes.
Well, I just simply related that back to the Japanese candlestick term that is referred to as an open window.
Okay, right.
And I said, so in your home, if you've got an open window and it's hot outside, what are you going to go do?
Right. Put your
egg close the window.
Right.
I'm going to close the window. And what happens here? That's how gaps get filled. The windows get closed usually. Now, if they don't, okay, in this case here, you know, then it's telling you in the case of the DAX that, you know, we've got a stronger move up.
That's right. That's right. And then watch out, because at some point, you know, you'll get.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's right. Yeah. So you want to be. That's right, because you're going to eventually go back and close that window. You know, so it's
Let's go up and open the window up in British Columbia. Rick, what's going on, brother?
How you doing?
We're doing great, man. What's happening?
Oh, I'm kind of like you. I'm just looking for a little pullback here, and then get up to the 1250, 1260, whatever, up in the S&Ps. But I just got CNN had a thing. I was driving down the highway listening to it, and they were talking about job losses, and the guy says, yeah, I got a show at 5 o'clock, and well, it was 5 o'clock our time, 8 o'clock Eastern Friday night, and it had to do with jobs. And in the last 10 years in the U.S., there's been 0 jobs. And he says, I'm talking to all the CEOs trying to figure out why. And one thing, and I think it's a no-brainer, that should be mentioned, and he didn't mention it at all, was the technical day and age we live in. Like you got robotics, you know, probably at Ford, Chev plants, you've got way bigger equipment where you can move a lot more stuff. You need less people. I mean, to me, that's one big underlying.
No, that's huge. But technology, but just so you understand the definition of that too, when there's 0 job growth. In order to attain 0 job growth, you're actually adding almost a couple million jobs a year.
Oh, I see.
Population-wise.
Yeah, that's how it gets calculated. But it's terrible. I mean, it definitely has to do with, you know,
people not retiring as earlier as they might normally do.
Technology.
You
know, listen, the bottom line is that a lot of people won't take jobs that are paying less than they were paying before, and that's, you know, bottom line, that's just lazy. You know?
Yeah, we got a community here, and it's Alcan, they got bought out. It's, you know, the same business as Alcoa. It's aluminum, right? And they're upgrading. They're spending millions and millions and millions of dollars on it. And I talked to a guy, and he says, "Oh, well, we're not really losing jobs. It's all through attrition." In other words, what the bottom line is, with technology, they're going to need less people at that plant. You know, and I think you can parallel that thought to so many different industries. Not all of them, but a lot of them. You know.
Well,
but anyway, with that in mind,
in the U.S., we could create a ton of jobs just simply by really committing to being energy independent. Yeah. And you're talking about all kinds of jobs, in that industry.
Well, I talked to a guy from North Dakota. He's up here hunting.
Okay, yeah.
And
big boom there.
Yeah, and he said it's just unbelievable. In fact, I heard they can't even find enough workers, which I find
look, that's what energy does for you. Stay tuned. Stay
right
with
there.
us, Rick.
We'll come right back.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this traders market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com under newsletter. Hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading the gold market. If you're an investor in gold or any of the gold mining equities, this newsletter is an essential tool that can help you become a better trader in the gold market. The Gold Report comes out every Monday with complete coverage of the entire gold market, including the XAU, HUI, the dollar, the bond, the rand, more than 40 different mining equities, as well as some of the most popular precious metal ETFs, including the GDX and the SLV. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report that will help you take advantage of investment opportunities at the current historic gold price levels. To order your Gold Report today with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com or call our office directly at 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. World markets where we stand right now, folks. You get Europe down from about 2.5% to 3.5%. We're down a couple $100, but you know what? I suspect you're going to get more before the end of the day. We're talking with our man Rick from British Columbia.
Yeah, VGZ. Everybody loved it last week. It looks like the love is starting to fall out of it a little bit.
He's talking about Vista Gold, VGZ. Let's take a look at it, folks. The low is 207. The high is 459. This little baby, all it's doing is coming back to a breakout area, you know. So, I mean,
340 maybe.
Well, you're back 10% today. Well, actually 8%. This is an equity that had gone, got into the 459 level. And the key here, folks, there's a couple of different keys in VGZ. You come right back to the breakout area today. We'll see whether we get 3.5 million back to that area. You don't get it. That's the buy right here for a larger ABC up.
Yeah. Hey, I've been buying it too early and selling it. Buying it too early and selling it too early. I've been making money on it, but it's pretty wild when it moves. And if you could, before I hang up, and I'll hang up, go over the SMHs. I really like your analysis last week of where it can go to, and maybe you can see where we're going to pull back that one, and maybe Intel, and I'll listen online.
Okay, cool, man.
Now, what's also cool about BGZ, it had an ABC projection of 442.
Yes.
And what's it get up to? 450, 460,
Totally.
Which is so cool.
And what happens, folks, is that after you finish an ABC, up or down, you do something different.
Yeah.
Now, if you take a look at this on a weekly basis, bottom line is that, you got over the 438 with monster volume. So check out the difference, folks. The difference is 15.7 million versus 6.9. That, folks, is a sweet setup. So there's big action that is going to be coming across here. Over the weekend, of course, if they're pushing out the tax plan, the
Buffett plan now.
The Buffett plan. Yeah, the Buffett plan. The Buffett plan, folks. I'm going to do something for you right here. BRK. If you just want to see something that's pretty incredible, we can take BRK/A. I want to show you something because the difference. BRK, let's see, /B. And what I'm going to do is this. The difference in the Buffett period, PHDC, is that you're going to understand something. Warren Buffett buys companies, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? But the bottom line is that he doesn't generate jobs. In fact, I can make the case that I can't make the case yet. I started to try to make the case last night, but I have to do more work because what you're looking at right now is that those are his holdings right there.
Yeah.
And you'd have to get down to the point. We know that the BAC, he put money into BAC, and the first thing they're doing is lopping off $40,000 jobs, 40,000 jobs. My point being that I think the president made a huge mistake, number one, using him as an example.
Oh, absolutely.
And the main reason is, now he's an easy target. He's no doubt an easy target.
Yeah.
Now
he's also got some private companies, so wouldn't show up in here.
That's correct.
So the railroad, Burlington Northern,
that's right.
Is not here. So you don't know what he does with the companies that he totally owns.
That's correct.
Private, that he eventually will flip back in.
Right, that's right. That's right. No doubt about that. And Yankee Candle, he has a lot of private companies also.
Yeah.
I guess the key is we will end up knowing whether he generates jobs or not.
Right.
And
because on the public side you can read through the 10Ks.
Yes.
In pretty much identify because they need to tell you what they're doing with their workforce.
Right.
That's one of the important things.
Pretty wild. One other thing that got floated out there, and this is, folks, there's going to be, I think there's a war already, but the next war is going to be we're going to talk about military benefits.
Okay.
Because you know what they're floating out there now?
No.
They're floating out there, they want to cut military benefits.
That's crazy.
And
folks,
folks,
let me tell you something. Benefits.
It's not, well, it may happen, but it's not going to happen without us fighting for it. In a big way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Listen, in the wars, they need them. As soon as they start cutting, let's cut this.
Yeah.
See you later. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, we're going to be coming right back.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real money masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks. Something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. I should get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you know, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We have the Dow down 235, Nasdaq off 49, S&P's off 27. You got gold down 30. And so what they floated out here this morning, too, folks, is this. Okay, so check it out. They floated that, you know, if you go in the service, folks, what happens is that you can retire in 20 years, okay? And now they're basically pushing out there, well, this is how bureaucracy works. So they push out, well, I think some of the benefits should come back. Folks, let me tell you something. If there's a couple different things that have happened service-wise, right? There's less people that go into service right now.
Yes.
Okay? And if, you know, every time that the wars come down, they're always trying to chop benefits, okay? And let me tell you something, right? If you're in the service for 20 years, that is a huge task. Let's put it that way.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they, you know, there's so much other, there's so much other things we can save money on. That is not where it's at. And
absolutely.
So the heads up is out here in a big way, because what they're talking about is that, you know, there's plenty of people, folks, that are in the service for 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, and get nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Yes.
Okay, which is insane. You know, but my point is this: that these folks that want to control everything, they have absolutely no problem with sending our troops overseas and then turning around saying, okay, now we're going to cut you on the other side.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the average, so watch this, the average, folks, okay, retirement, and you can be 38 years old. I could have been 37 years old, okay, but the average is $26,000 they make. Big deal.
Yeah,
okay?
Exactly.
Big deal, okay? The bottom line is, and I'm bringing it up at this point just to give everyone a heads up. And, you know, call your representative and tell them that you're going to leave those benefits alone, period.
No, absolutely.
No, I know that.
Because we're talking even during the break. You know, my thought process is that we should be doing more, not less.
Yeah.
You know, for those folks. Look, we come to work every day. You know, we're not putting our life on the line,
right,
so to speak, at any point in time. Right. You know, anybody that's in any service, you know, even just simply, you know, whether they're actually out in war, they're training for it. Right. You know, it's a dangerous task.
These young men and women, they absolutely got taken to the cleaners. Some of these people went 2 or 3 times. That's like insanity.
Yeah.
That's like that's saying that's total insanity.
Yeah.
Unreal.
No, so, you know, we should be doing more, not less. And you know, and you talk about you know, how what's being floated out there, you know, is just continuing to support the larger government, if you will.
Oh, big time.
You know, the tax program is to, you know, and look, I'm not against these, you know, but it's to build roads and bridges for union companies,
right?
Okay, you know, for you know, for teachers, for police, for firemen, for, you know, all. And again, it's all government oriented.
Well, you know, it's great. One of the targets right there. That's right. He just said, do anything but cut the size of government in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Oh, you know what I heard? This is pretty cool. And, you know, I didn't know this guy, folks, but I heard 60 Minutes. I think it was 60 Minutes. They had an interview with Mitch Daniels, right, from Indiana.
Yeah.
And, folks, it was pretty cool. And it is a shame that this guy is not running, okay? But the interview was really cool because what it actually showed is that it showed him in Indiana, and it showed him, you know, what ended up happening in Indiana. And, you know, he really did the job. He got government. So check this out. This statistic is pretty amazing. That's what just, you know, when the Tigers just brought up cut government.
Yeah.
That in Indiana, the amount of people that actually work for the government the last 20 years has gone down.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that intense?
Cool. Yeah,
You know?
that's cool.
Now think about just that concept. That concept itself, you don't even. I mean, that's so far out. You don't even. I mean, it'd be hard to think. You and I can think that, hey, yeah, we can get there, but boy, that's really thinking far out that it could get there.
Yeah.
You know, but he did it.
Yeah.
The bottom line is he did it.
You know, the problem I think with with good folks like that being able to run, okay, you know, is look, politics is a big, huge money game.
Oh yeah.
You know, and if you don't have the money to be able to last the duration, you know, look at these things are going on for a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, and they're going to, in his case, they're going to take him apart because it was a personal deal. Him and his wife got divorced.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
It's such a drag all around. You know
absolutely.
What I mean? It really
you know, like you've got to be able to walk a fine line for your entire life.
Yeah.
You know, and there's few folks out there that don't have something in the closet.
Do you know there was another interview with Jerry Jones from Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Folks, if you get a chance to see this interview, now I was never really a fan of Jerry Jones, right?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't
one way or another.
One way or the other, right? But Scott Pelham had an interview with him, and what happened is that they followed him last year, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And of course, he just built that beautiful stadium.
Incredible. Incredible.
You know, he had the Super Bowl there, and folks, it is an incredible interview because the guy, not only Scott Pelham did a great job interviewing him, right?
Yeah.
But Jones, as far as I was concerned, was absolutely truthful and didn't dodge a question, right?
Yes.
And the biggest thing that I got out of it was this. So picture, he was talking about how he grew up. He grew up poor. He was in front of his grocery store, and his father was a real entrepreneur and a real showman, right?
Sure.
And Jerry was there with a little bow tie, 6 years old, you know, greeting the people.
Cool.
And what he explained, which was I thought was so cool, was that as he kept building it, you know, he said twice. Right, that he was actually, even when he was building, he was broke. His credit cards were no good. And he said, he said, what happened is that they cut up a couple of his credit cards in Texas. Now, this is only 15, 20 years ago, right? When he had the oil wells, right? He says, oh, yeah, it was really bad. And then Scott Pelham said to him, well, you seem to be still really paranoid of losing it all. And he says, yeah. He says, you know, I don't have a profession. He says, you know, it's not like I'm a doctor. He says, I'm a business guy. He says, I built all of this up.
Yeah.
And if I make one misstep, right?
Yes.
And folks, what's so cool about that is that when you do build companies, that's what happens. You've got to stay on top of it.
Oh, big time.
And it was so cool, man, because, you know, Pelham, I don't think, understood that. You know what I mean? But if you're in business, you understand that, because what happens, the bigger you get, the more that you got to focus.
No,
you know? And it was really cool.
Yeah, because the successful guys, because, you know, we've both started, you know, companies, run companies, and if you take a look at the psychology of folks out there, they think that when you become the owner, okay, that you can start to kick your feet back and relax. In fact, I saw a pretty cool email that went around that had all kinds of pictures of Barack Obama with his feet up on the desk or what have you. But the reality is, when you get to the top, if you're fortunate enough to start your own business, the key to success is you've got to be able to work harder for yourself than you would for somebody else.
Yeah,
you've got to. You know, I understand what Jerry Jones is saying.
I know.
You know,
that's what's so cool, man. And because now he's got billions on the line, and one misstep on billions, you're in trouble very quickly.
Absolutely, it's cool.
You stay right there, folks. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Get the Dow off 222, Nasdaq's down 47, S&Ps are off 25. We're gonna be right back.
If you're in the market for a jumbo preferred non-conforming loan anywhere from $417,000 all the way up to $3 million, and you have a FICO of at least 720, then EverBank is your answer. As a direct lender with processing, underwriting, and funding all under one roof, EverBank can offer the most competitive rates, greater efficiency, and shorter closing times. Now is the time to act. Everbank offers fixed terms of 10 and 15 years, as well as adjustable terms of 5, 7, and 10 years, including interest-only options on primary residences. For more information, call Everbank today at 877-471-5970 to talk with a member of their concierge team that will walk you through the variety of loans they offer. That's 877-471-5970, and let them know you heard this offer on TFNN. Everbank, 877-471-5970, 877-471-5970.
Looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today. Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin Burnstone Mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone Mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister Mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, is for sale at Amazon.com for only $18.40. Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow down 213, NASDAQ off 43, S&P's off 25. And, you know, one of our Tigers gave us a heads up this morning, Steve. Now, this is pretty amazing, folks, okay? Netflix, okay, who, of course, is an internet company.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
They separate their DVD business, okay, and they're online. Now, they're calling their DVD business Quickster. What they didn't understand, however, is that on Twitter, Quickster happens to be a very deviant site.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so whoever owns Quickster this morning, and thanks, Kip, for that, for heads up in the den, will end up making quite a bit of money. Yeah, isn't that crazy? I know, man. And you think, folks, that you have a huge internet company like that make sure that they have all those different names.
Intellectual property. That's right, for sure.
And the bottom line is that no action. No. So
another misstep.
Oh, huge,
those guys.
Huge.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so a week from this Saturday, folks.
Yeah.
At the Tampa Hyatt.
That's right. Yeah, we're gonna do a 3-hour workshop. Tom and I are both going to do it, and it's really, folks, it's to help teach you the secrets of the money game. You know, because what we want is we want you to be able to attain your financial freedom, and the way to do it is really, you know, through these tools. But you've got to understand the trends that are impacting your ability to do that.
Right.
And then there's 5 primary trends that are out there, and so, you know, for us, it's as I was talking about during my 9 o'clock show. You know, you and I, we really do live our life. Our focus is really about growth and contribution.
Right.
You know, it's really what we do each day. And, you know, some folks are saying, you know, well, how come you're not charging for it or what have you? You know, well, you know, there are times in life where you've got to be able to grow and contribute, and you have to do it unconditionally.
And unleash it.
You know, yeah, you do.
Totally.
You know, because the reality is what we will get back after doing that 3-hour program, you know, will be so much more. Then, you know, so it's actually, and the thing, folks, is and
you guys are going to be the test drive.
That's right, absolutely, because this could be the road show, you know. Absolutely, yeah. But you know, you got to go to the front page.
A huge amount of work.
You can sign up. You know, we've had the attendance is going to be, you know, we're going to have to cut it off at some point in time.
Right.
So you know, you should go in there and secure your seat now. Just simply go over to the under breaking news, click on the button, and sign up, and yeah, it'll be great.
Totally.
It'll be very cool.
And so, style-wise, we had that we had the Venus Saturday.
Yeah,
so
next
Tuesday is the big deal.
Yeah. Now, look, this is still, you know, what happened Saturday, Venus Uranus is, you know, it's still a big deal. We're going to be able to see just, you know, what you and I are really watching is what signal now is market giving us from a selling standpoint. Right. So, you know, we also know that if you take a look at just really all the indexes, not the Qs because they've been the strongest, they really have all come down, and they're tagging the high from August the 9th. I know. Now, we know the high on August 9th has got, you know, plenty of volume out there. So if you look at the diamonds, you look at the SPYs, you know, the small caps, they're really all tagging that area. Yeah. So until it breaks through that, you know, and then it decides it wants to go back maybe to the bottom of the consolidation range, you know, today will be a big test. Now, when you put all that together, you know, we're coming into this new moon next week.
And we get dramatically lighter volume on the pullback.
We do.
Too.
No, I know. Yeah. I'm watching that. So, you know, so the volume is lighter. And so, you know, what to me this is setting up, you know, the fact that we would move higher at some point in time into next week. It is. You know, which is a nice thing because then we've got a new moon, we've got a planetary index, you know, set going on. You know, it's a lot of action. I like that. Next week. How it plays out when we get there, then we'll decide what it is that we're going to do.
I know, which is just great. You know, the amazing part, though, is that, you know, when you take a look at it, it's like, man, you know, the bottom line, the consolidation is on, but if you're setting up to get all those indices up to those swing points, it's going to be dynamite, man.
Oh, my goodness, absolutely.
You stay right there, folks. We're going from beautiful Clearwater, Florida, up to Newton, Massachusetts for Basil Chapman, then going out to Tucson, Arizona with Larry, back to Tampa with David White, and then I'll be closing it out from 4 to 6. Thanks for being here, folks.
Have a great day.